Hi, and welcome this morning to our special presentation. I'm Beth Carr, CEO of Santa Cruz Community Credit Union, and we are here to honor and thank the Volunteer Center of Santa Cruz County. And I'm so happy to have you here, Karen Delaney, as Executive Director of the Volunteer Center. We are doing this special presentation because well, it really is a thank you to the board. The board had this vision to provide more support and more funds on the front line for the nonprofits in our community, based on the fact that we have so many of you that are essential workers out on the front line during this COVID-19. And we're so grateful for that. And the board so realized that this was something that we needed to do more for in our community. And Volunteer Center is one of the most amazing organizations in our community, so we want to thank you for that. On our end, I just want to do some quick introductions. We have Howard Shearer, who you've met, who's our board chair. Hi, Howard. And then also Annie Song, who is our Chief Financial Officer, is here. And then also Phil, I'm doing by picture, by the way, just so we're doing this. But Phil Lee, who is on our board of directors, he is our treasurer and on the executive committee for the board. So thanks to having Phil here as well. And on your side, Karen, I guess it's just you. Do you want to say a little bit about you and the Volunteer Center right now?
What we believe at the Volunteer Center is people who know each other and connect for good. That's our mission, connecting people and institutions for good. And this has been a really challenging year for us. Trying to help people figure out on the fly how to stay connected with the incredible COVID risks out there. We partner with over 300 nonprofits and schools, and just trying to find ways to stand up new technology and link people with personal protective equipment so that they can do what they love to do, volunteer. It really has been a challenge. And then with the fires on top of that, I mean, the thing that's so amazing and hopeful about the Volunteer Center and why we really are grateful for you remembering us, and is that when you get a critical mass of people and partners who love their community, and you figure out a way to just give them a little bit of support, so many amazing things happen. When the fires hit despite COVID, in the first 20 days, 3,000 people called or used our online tools and volunteered. Every shelter, all 8 shelters, before the Red Cross could get their shelter team here, every single shelter for the first 15 days in this community was staffed entirely by city and county workers who were pulled off the line and community volunteers that registered through us.
Wow.
24 hours a day. At the height of that, we were scheduling, at the height of the response between the donation centers and the shelters, we were scheduling almost 800 shifts of volunteers a day. And we do not run out of volunteers, because that's the kind of community that this is. And so when we have partners like you who are willing to notice the work and invest in us so that we can make sure we've got bandwidth and tools and an ocean of hand sanitizer and thousands of masks, so that these amazing people on the front line can go out there and do good, it really is a blessing. So thank you so much for helping.
Karen, I really liked your presentation here, talking about your involvement in the community. I looked at your website, and there's 20,000 volunteers a year you touch, and 300 nonprofits. That's incredible. You're spending the entire county and giving services to people that need them. So that's a wonderful thing.
And since this is a virtual presentation, we have a virtual check. And I still think that's just like the coolest thing ever, is our virtual check. There we go. But you are our heroes, and we just want to thank you for everything that you do. It's just an amazing work.
We can't thank you enough. It really is really meaningful for us to have great partners like you who keep us in mind, and particularly in this fiscal year where, you know, the economy is not doing great. You know that very well, and it's tough for nonprofits, but we are committed to doing everything we can to make sure that the passion and goodwill, uh, the passion and goodwill of our local business community and our local citizens and neighbors, that we can use resources like this donation to make sure people can still connect for good. And we all need to work together in even closer partnership to be creative about keeping the doors for as many nonprofits and schools and local businesses open as possible. And as we go into disaster recovery work, that is one of the things that we're trying to figure out, is how we can get volunteers out there. I was talking to a local nonprofit business up in the Santa Cruz Mountains who had a camp that's been serving disabled people for 50 years, burned to the ground. It's like, can we get volunteer work crews? How soon can we get volunteer work crews out there to start erosion control and start helping homeowners and businesses secure their property and rebuild? So thank you for being with us on that journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you.